He's the GOAT, four-time Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer this weekend. I think you can catch him on Fox NFL Sunday. What do we have to look forward to on Fox, Gronkster?
Yes, Kay, I'll be on Fox this Sunday. I took off last week. I have 9 appearances this year. Jimmy Johnson and I switch basically every other week, but I'm excited to be back with the guys. My first week there, which was week 2, it was a lot of fun, so excited to be back on for week 4.
Love that. Did you want to wish your mom a happy birthday before we get going here?
Hey, Kay, that's actually a great call. Thank you so much for reminding me. Her birthday was yesterday. Okay. So, Mom, happy birthday. I love you. Thank you for everything. It was the best 2 years in Tampa because she lives in Fort Myers, so she had the opportunity to just drive 2 hours right down the highway to just go to Raymond James Stadium and watch me play when I was in Tampa. So that's what made Tampa a really special, along with winning a Super Bowl championship. But my mom was able to attend every single game, and she loved every moment of it. So thank you, Kay, for the reminder. Happy birthday, Mom.
You're so sweet. What's the best thing you've ever gotten her for her birthday?
Ooh, that's a good call. That's a good question right there. For showing up. I always showed up for my mom at her house. She just loved when she goes, she loved it. She goes, all I want is for you to be here for my birthday. I don't care about what present you get me, what card you get me. The best present is you being in the present with me, Mom.
I don't know. I think you should get her something. You're going to get hit with that green spoon or something if you don't get her something nice for her birthday, I think.
Well, I got her something really wonderful, Kay.
What?
But I just didn't want to brag about it. I actually, now that you brought it up and you're saying I'm going to get spankies, I actually bought her a brand new house in Fort Myers for her birthday.
Really?
Yeah, so I didn't want to say that,
I mean, what else are you doing with that Tostitos money?
What?
Come on, Rob.
Yes, so she deserved it 100%, and she's living well, and I love visiting her.
I love Fort Myers. I used to go to Fort Myers all the time. I know all about, oh my gosh, I love it there. Okay, let's get into this. I heard you placed a wager on the FanDuel Sportsbook situation on the Falcons money line. And there were a lot of Falcons fans upset when that PI flag wasn't thrown on the Chiefs late in the fourth quarter. What were your thoughts seeing this go down?
Well, it was actually the biggest bet I've ever placed on the FanDuel app. So I was actually kind of pissed throughout the night. You're very optimistic when you place a bet. I understand all these, livid fans that place bets, why they love to place the bets. It just brings you into the game that much more. So it was the biggest bet I've ever done. I bet the Falcons money line and that pass interference call. Here's the deal. This is how I look at it. Yes, it was a pass interference, but I liked how the referee did not call it a pass interference, and they're letting them play because he could have still possibly made the play. The guy was going for the, trying to make a play, defending Pitts as well. But here's the problem, is that Kansas City Chiefs got the call the week before versus Cincinnati Bengals for the pass interference call on the 4th and 16. Therefore, the Atlanta Falcons should have gotten that call too. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs should have gotten the call last week, even though it was a pass interference call. But I feel like they were just both, going for the ball and just playing the game of football. And it was the same situation here. So call it even. The Kansas City Chiefs got the call last week, so the Atlanta Falcons should have gotten the call this week as well. So yes, it was BS. They did not get it. I was livid as well because I would have won my biggest bet of all time if they did call it.
Look at your FanDuel swagger today. You got the shirt, you got the hat, the company man, all of that. In my ear, I'm hearing, do the Chiefs get calls? Do they get better calls than the Patriots got?
I would say so. I mean, I didn't really get calls. I mean, I was double teamed. I was basically executed off the line of scrimmage half the time and 5 yards into the route. And then they would call pass interference on me when I was trying to get the guy off of me. Remember when I hit Tre'Davious White? Because he held me 4 times in one play, and then Tom threw the interception to him. And then I finally flipped out because that was the 50th time I got held that year. So then I gave him the people's elbow just like that, like it was a WWE ring. It was just, a bang-bang play. I didn't mean to do that, but it just happened because I was frustrated by not getting any single calls at all. So, yeah, the Chiefs get way more calls than the Patriots. I mean, I don't even remember getting calls.
Really?
I mean, specifically for myself, I didn't get any calls. Maybe as a team, I don't know. I don't remember those calls, but specifically
you
myself.
You think the second somebody touched Brady, flags weren't flying? What are you, really?
I mean, I don't remember those ones, okay? I'm just talking about myself. Tom might have gotten some calls, but for myself, I'm talking, I used to just get pounded, from the linebacker all the way to the safety.
True.
I used to get held. The guys used to jump on my back, and the ball would be thrown to me, and there would be nothing called. So, I mean, Tom might have gotten some calls, though.
I gotta
think he did, actually.
I gotta say, sometimes, we'll have to ask him. Sometimes on my timeline, I'll see stuff about you and Tre'Davious White. It's like still comes up. Like Buffalo fans are really upset about that one. What happens when you see Trey White? Do you guys ever talk after that?
Well, to tell you the truth, I apologize right on the spot, right to the Buffalo Bills teammates, right on the field. I mean, I knew I was wrong in that situation, no doubt about it. It was kind of like a bang-bang situation. I overreacted. I was frustrated throughout the whole year. It was kind of a built-up frustration throughout, like, the previous games as well, because the same situation was happening over and over. So it wasn't because it was Tre'Davious White. It was just because I was held on the play, and he happened to hold me on the play, and I finally just took out the frustration, and it was on him. So, I mean, I'm cool with him. If I saw him, I mean, I apologize. Nothing against him, and I wish him the best, and hopefully he keeps doing well.
I love that. I love that. The account of, see, hear that, Buffalo fans? There you go. There's a future Hall of Famer here. You're mentioning the Falcons. Let's talk about this. The Saints head to Atlanta this week. They're taking on the Falcons. Falcons 1.5-point favorites in this game. What do you think?
I think the Saints are going to put it on them. I think the Saints, they had a bad loss last week. Their offense was kind of down a little bit, but they showed that they can turn it up, in crunch time on that final drive that they had. But I think Derek Carr and company, and Alvin Kamara, I think they're going to turn it up. They're going to hit that switch again, and they're going to go down there, and they're going to make some plays. The deep ball is going to be back in the play, and I think they're going to put it on the Falcons. I mean, I like the Falcons, though. They're competitive this year. They definitely have a pretty solid team, but the Saints, I like where they're at.
Let's go through some of these games. I'm looking at the slate here. Let's start with tomorrow. Honestly, the Cowboys, they are in New York. They're taking on the Giants tomorrow to kick off Week 4. I can't believe we're in Week 4. It's insane. A lot was made, Gronk, of CD getting into it with Dak on the sidelines. They are obviously frustrated. There was a loss to the Ravens situation. Let's listen to CD Lamb talking about his role in that kerfluffle.
Obviously, honestly, I got to be truthful to myself, and I played a part in that loss, a big part, honestly. And nor did my body language nor attitude approaching the situation help the situation or the outcome of the game. And obviously, it went the opposite direction, and nor was it good for myself or the team. It's very detrimental, And I'll make up for it.
What do you think? 2 blowout losses at home. Defense, not great. Run game didn't get going. Emmitt Smith, Hall of Famer, was talking about it last week. What's going on with the Cowboys?
I like that by CD Lamb, though, taking responsibility. Usually a wide receiver, they're prima donnas in some cases, and they blame everyone else. And in this case, CD Lamb is putting the responsibility of not performing on himself. You're seeing growth there. You're going to see him, just keep on growing week in and week out. And that's why he's a top guy for the Cowboys as well. So that was good to see that. And a lot of other guys, took responsibility as well. So I see the Cowboys bouncing back. I feel like they're struggling because of their run game. They need to establish a run game. They just can't be airing out the ball and trying to move the ball down the field. Once they get a run game settled, it'll help Dak out tremendously. It'll open up the pass game more. They gotta get that run game going. I can't emphasize that anymore.
We'll see if they can. It's ranked 30th this season, and yeah, that's the vibe there. Who's the most prima donna wide receiver that you ever played with?
Oh, man, I'm not going to answer that, Kay, but, actually, I will. His name is Danny Amendola.
He's the least.
He's so prima donna.
No, he's not. Who's more of a prima donna, him or Julian? Who's more precious?
Oh, man. Well, Danny Amendola, he's on Dancing with the Stars now. He's that big time. He's doing a great job. He was Top Gun Maverick last night. Yes. Yeah, but I would say Julian could definitely be a little prima donna, but then he picks it back up. He bounces out of it, and then once he hits the field, he's back to normal. but just in some circumstances. But it was always for the good. But out of them two, I'll go with Julian.
Let's talk about Danny on Dancing with the Stars. Size up that you said he's going to crush it. Is he crushing it?
Yeah, the way that he performed for week 1, he did pretty well, but he was kind of like uptight. His face was uptight. He needed to loosen up. And the judges saw that too. And I actually was judging him, before the judges judged him. And they said the same thing. The improvement, his dedication, his resilience of how he just wants to get better, which he sure did going into week 2 of Dancing with the Stars. And the way he just performed as Top Gun, he was like Maverick out there. And let me tell you, does Danny look sexy? He's just appealing to all types of people out there. The guy is a maniac, and he's looking good, ripped, strong, and his footwork is just becoming on point.
It's on point. I love that you're judging this. We should live tweet this. All I want to see is the group text chain. I want to see the Julian, Danny, and Gronk text chain with these performances. You guys should go. You and Julian, you have to be in the audience, right? You have to go.
Yes, Julian and I, we were talking about going, so it's a Tuesday night. We're going to try to go. Yes, we're going to possibly go. We're trying to figure it out. We're not sure. It's not 100%.
Okay.
But we had a group chain going, actually, last night. It was with Peter Schrager. It was with Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, and Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, that's a good group.
And we were just hyping up. Yes. It was the best group text chain I think I've been a part of in a while. And we were hyping up Danny like no other.
Yes, absolutely. You love to see it. You know who else is a good dancer? You know who could be on Dancing with the Stars? The Colts mascot. Did you see this end zone sort of situation here? This was another thing that, Scott Pioli was saying he wanted a flag for this. What do you make of that?
Actually, that is a little bit too, what is it? Roger Goodell put that role. If it's a little too, sexual, right?
Pumpy?
That it's a flag. Yeah, so I think that's definitely a personal foul by the Colts mascot. He's a little, humpy, a little, if that's the word. So they should have definitely thrown a flag.
It's a little too pumpy.
They should have thrown the flag.
Can we see the week 1 slate, please? I would like Gronk. We're going to go rogue here. Give me an upset for this week. Give me an upset.
Oh, you want an upset?
Yeah.
Man. There's what games are there?
And we're looking at I don't know where that
would be an upset.
Where that
like
just went.
Majority of those games are even.
You think?
Majority of those games are even. I feel like. All right. There's really, the Patriots, if they beat the 49ers, that's definitely an upset, but that's not going to happen. The 49ers definitely got to bounce back. The Patriots struggled last week big time. I'll go with the Chargers versus the Chiefs.
What?
That would be an upset right there.
So do you think there's a chance for the Chargers to up? I love that. I love it. Go rogue.
The only reason why I think that the Chargers could beat the Chiefs is because they lost last week. They were 2-0, and now, they were exposed, so now they can work on their exposure. They can work on the areas that they can get better. And the Chargers, they want to control the ball in the run game. So if they get the run game established, they can, control the time on the clock and possibly keep Mahomes off the field. That's the only way they would win if they really, really, the Chargers and company get that run game established.
Love that. You're talking Chiefs.
And it may happen.
Yeah, let's get into Travis Kelce here, right? 3 games. 8 catches, 69 yards, no touchdowns. Here's Patrick Mahomes talking about Travis's start to the season.
Still, the respect factor they have for Travis is just unreal. It's well-deserved, but, we're calling a lot of plays for Travis, and it's like 2 or 3 people are going to him.
A lot of comments off this clip were about how you still dominated despite being double and triple team late in your career. What's your honest take? What is your assessment of what Mahomes said?
Exactly what Patrick Mahomes said. He kind of hit it right on the nose, is that defenses are finally keen on Travis Kelce, and I was wondering why they weren't doing that over the last 2 years, and they were just letting him run free off the line. No one giving him a hard time off the line of scrimmage. No one pressuring him or jamming him in his chest. They're kind of finally doing that, putting 2-3 guys on him and then letting the other guys make the plays. And once Rashid Rice really establishes the number one wide receiver, that he's the number one guy, then the defense is going to let up more on Travis Kelce. They're going to focus more on Rashid Rice and the other guys. And Travis will be making big plays in the future. And it doesn't matter that he's not making plays right now. They are 3-0. That's all it matters, is the wins and loss column. And they're 3-0, like I said. They're undefeated. That's the only thing that matters in the game of football, not stats. And if you ask me, Travis Kelce, he has the same amount of yards this year as my brother Dan, who played 3 years in the NFL over his whole career. Dan G has 69 yards, career yards. Travis Kelce has 69 yards this year, so they're both legends right now.